Greetings, I am Plurnax, the Stand Gladiator, today with Showdown. Today's episode, Thunder Road Vendetta, Big Rig in the final five. Actually going to pit the two against each other and see how it goes. So we've got the Big Rig and its various abilities. Notably, its dice are very specific. They have a 3-side, 2 2s, and 3 1s. Because it is not a fast vehicle, but it still needs to be able to keep up. So, and then we have the motorcycles, 6 dice, and some special rules of their own. So let's just get right to it. So we need a random first player. Let's just say roll on. Yep. All right. So the big rig will be moving on first. All right. So with regard to the big rig, before it does anything around, it has to put something on hydraulic steering. That's how many times it can change lanes this round. Also, as normal, roll the road die. 1. So staying on the road is benefitable. Now, does the big rig take advantage of the road die as normal? No. Big rig does not use the road die unless you give it the traction drive command. Alright. So yeah, for each section of the big rig, one die can go to it. Alright. So how many lanes do I want to be able to change this round? Let's see. Well, let's put the one on there. Okay. So big rig. So we'll assign the die, do the command, and then move it. That many spaces. We got a 3. Let's see here. Let's go, Cowcatcher. So the first time you enter a space with a hazard or car, if it's hazard, remove it. If it's car, controller moves it front, left, or from the right. So 1, 2, 3. It's Cowcatcher to remove the hazard completely. There we go. Oh yeah. In the event anyone takes damage, we now have minor damage tokens. So minor damage will shut down the various capabilities of the big rig. The minor damage will shut down a motorcycle until they get it repaired. Oh, and due to the way slamming works between the big rig and the motorcycles, we can actually leave this die out. All right. So we're gonna roll troll the motorcycle. Yeah, that's all right. So I get to assign to 2 motorcycles at a time, or 1 motorcycle on a command. All right. So let's start out with get stuck in the mud, but is what it is. Yeah, each little motorcycle is gonna have their symbol on it to keep track with their board. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll get out of there at some point. And you know what? Well, so another thing that motorcycles have going for them is the ability to drift, regardless of who's in the road, as long as they keep moving. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, nothing but roads. So road die bonus, I believe. I always make sure I'm not screwing up that one. I guess this technically remains, even though it's a road space on a road space. All right, so that was that turn. All right, the big rig is down to a couple of twos and two sections to work with here. Let's see. Well, we can use that traction drive to use the road die this turn. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Because I changed a lane this turn, that one is now spent. So yeah, I got the two move from the die and the one move from the road die. And I'm stuck going forward that way for the rest of this round. And for the remainder of this round, um, this is the last section I can use. All right, front arc shooting. Okay, the motorcycle is a small target, but it is in my front arc. The big rig also has a rear arc for shooting as well, but we'll shoot for the motorcycle, a small target, and it's hard to hit. So, is what it is. All right. All right, back to the motorcycles. We'll give this motorcycle a 4 and plus 1 with the nitro, so 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Except it's going to get slammed somewhere. Oh, wait, road die. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 for nitro, 1 for the road die. And then I have two motorcycles in the same space. I can choose which one gets slammed, which direction. So I'm going to go ahead and slam them. Well, actually, I believe it's still subject to the direction die, at least. So I still have to roll the direction die and see what happens. All right. So slam that one that way into the hazard, into the mine. Right. So a mine is a single point of damage. Should have just let the big rig hit that. Oh well. And it has been rendered inoperable. So flip that over and hope on the next round I got a 6. All right. Well, motorcycle's about to get slammed again. We'll go with a hazard dispenser. So the big rig can just drop hazards onto the road. All right. So one, slam the slam the motorcycle forward, and then slam it again when I actually get there. All right. If it's inoperable and it gets slammed, it just moved. All right. You can tell it's been a while since I last messed with the game, since the rules are still halfway in my head and also halfway. Yeah, it's still there. It's just Not doing anything else. All right. Adjacent to the rear cab, so it'll be. Yeah, you're not having that clear road space. Screw that. All right, that leaves a couple of threes for the remaining motorcycles. We'll take advantage of the road die and get that extra space out of there. All right. And then we'll just have to get creative from here. Cool. That's round one. Yeah, there's nobody in this front or rear arc, so there's no shooting. All right. Now, if the motorcycles wanted to shoot the big rig, they'd have to target specific parts of it. Okay, so that's round one. Made some progress. Let's see how far we can go here. It's a two-player game. After the fifth tile, we add in the finish line, and whoever can cross that first will win. All right. So you know what? I screwed up on the first player rules. It's whoever has the lowest total of dice, which with the big rig is probably going to be the big rig. Anyway, new roll die value is going to be 3. Let's roll everything together. Screw it. So I'll be repairing at least one motorcycle this turn for sure. Well, only once because repairs are limited. All right. So put a one on the hydraulic steering. Go ahead and airstrike. So first we're going to move. First we'll place the chopper down and shoot with it. Yep. Being small saves the day again for this final five. All right. So 1, 2, into danger. Wreck. Okay, so the wreck that is there it's gonna get slammed. Anything special with a big rig? I mean, moved or stopped. All right. So the wreck is gonna get slammed one other direction. It's slammed backwards. It will continue getting shuffled around. There we go. Over here now. Okay. So now the motorcycles have their turn. First off, let's repair the inoperable son bitch. All right. So it's good to go again. And let's go ahead and you can always drift past, I believe. Drifting all road vehicles. Right. You drift through a wreck. Alright. Drift. Oh, that's where I screwed up on drift. You can only pass through the first space it enters without. Actually, never mind. The motorcycles have their own drift approach. Rex. Turned out. Slammed. Okay. So I presume I can still drift past the wreck with a motorcycle, which is what we're gonna do. Actually, let's go ahead and move the ones that are far behind first. All right. So back here, we got one, two, three, four, five, six. And then we're going to take a shot at the cowcatcher part of the big rig. All right, big target. And somehow we're missed. No one can shoot worth a damn this game. All right. Yeah, if I hadn't repaired the motorcycle, I would have had more dice to try and coast with. But relying on coast doesn't always work too well. All right, back to the big rig. Uh, we'll go ahead and because as soon as it moves, it's gonna put the wreck in its rear arc and nothing else. That's gonna be annoying. So we'll go ahead and hazard dispenser. So one space and one new hazard. Just just keep making it rougher. Back to the motorcycles. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give somebody four. Where's the X? There he is. All right. One, two, three, four, and we're gonna take a shot at uh, the traction drive system so that the rig can't make use of the road die. Yeah, there we go. One down, five to go. Okay. The other one probably be a good time to go with B. One, two, three. Drift through. And target the cow catcher. There we go. Right on target. All right. So those two. Back to the big rig with its remaining one roll. And front section. Well, yeah, the problem being in front is that it's hard to use the missile launcher. But at the same time, you kind of need to be on front. Even if both of these sections are damaged, you can still put one there, and you'll just get the movement, but not the command. So missile launcher and one forward. All right. Yeah, after you move, roll shooting die each vehicle on or adjacent to the space. Two spaces in front of you. Takes one minor damage with every battle. Now, one of the things I could do in a future turn is go into the impassable terrain, which will do minor damage to the big rig, but it'll also like completely destroy the rocks and stuff there. It has to be worth it though. Okay. And then that leaves the two in the back here. slogging through the mud and taking a chance on the hazard. Oh, might have been good to do first then. All right, so road die bonus. One. There's a question. If I use the road die bonus, do I have to stay completely on the road as I'm using it? This extra movement does not need to be on the road. The bonus is optional, but if you use it, you have to use the full amount. One, two, three. All right. So eventually, gonna get to the point where anyone that's somehow still stuck back here is about to get run off. So let's see how this goes. Round three. The big rig is hurt. The motorcycles are up and running again. Let's see. Let's see how this plays out. Die is one. Dice for everybody. Damn. The motorcycles are about to haul ass out of there. In an effort to just leave the big thing behind. Because, damn. Alright. Well, we're starting out with a big rig. The big rig is going to repair the traction drive. It's gonna. Oh, first off, hydraulic steering one. All right. One, two. Yeah, screw it. Three. Was. Okay. Hold on. One sec. Okay. So damage is cleared from the traction drive. It's not stopped. It's just slowed down. It should be fine for the rest of the move. For the round. Alrighty. Oop. Hold on a moment. Okay. And back with the motorcycles. Got lots to work with here. All right. Thinking with the bullseye motorcycle. One, two, three, four, five. Get into the back arc. And try to take out the hazard dispenser. Or did I leave that die? There it is. All right. Big target. Yeah. That's how we do it. That'll save a lot of hassle. Right. And you know what? Let's try to get someone else up there. One, two, three, four, five, six. What else do we need to shut down? They shut down the airstrike again. Shut down the airstrike completely. Alright, so I need to get up here. Two, three, five. Alright, so it's gonna be that one. One, two, three, four, five. And target the airstrike. There we go. Alright. Back to the big rig. See here. Alright. Yep. Hold on. Back to the big rig is going to targeting computer. So move one. I don't have to worry about the mud since I already got into it. Reroll a shooting die at this pain in the ass. All right, small target. Oh, there we go. No, purple. I'm moving very fast this turn. So let's even shut down the opposition. Alright. We'll hold off on repair at the moment. So let's go ahead and get the guy in the back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And oh, okay. You know what? Let's see what the hazard is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. +1 for the road die. Not bad. Oil slick. Let's remember what the oil slick does. I believe it's a skid in direction. Full direction die. Alright. And then this becomes a road space as normal after backwards. Alright. Well, since we're here, let's go ahead and shoot. Um, the traction drive. Make target. Nope. Alright. Back to the big rig. Again, the missile launcher does nothing. But it's fun to shoot missiles anyway. You know what? Also, we've got the hydraulic drive, hydraulic steering. So we're gonna go ahead and take advantage of that and change lanes now. Okay. Although it's kind of dumb. Let's stay on track. All right. And boom, none of it, but it's fun. All right. Last two. Repair the busted motorcycle. And move the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's also going to try to shoot at the traction drive. There we go. 4 out of 6. I'm gonna try to shut it down. All right. New round. All right. You need to remember to shoot out the rear arc with the big rig. The road die bonus is 2. That's where the action is right now. All right. Hydraulic steering. 1. I need to change lanes. Fine. All right. You know what? We put the 2 there so that we got the 1 for the targeting computer. All right. So if you move into mud, even if you only got 1 move, I'm pretty sure because I just I swear I read that one a moment ago. Yeah, you can still enter money space even though I only have 1 move left. All right, rear arc shooting. Targeting computer. No. All right. Old Earth shot. Okay. Let's see. Swisher and Nitro for 2, so grand total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get into the back arc and knock out the targeting computer. Nope. Shooting has been weird this game. Alright. So back to the big rig. Just standard 2. Nothing special. Into the mud. Or I don't know, maybe change lanes here. 1, 2. Make full use of the hydraulic steering. Alright. Then back to the motorcycles. Need to get someone to the front. Let's see here. Gonna say we could have tried to do the airstrike. We didn't already do the nitro. Try to inflict damage that way. Let's see. Get here, here, or here. Problem is the road bonus. Like, I don't want to go too far. 2, 4, 5, 6. All right, that's how we do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we don't get the road bonus, we're not having to go further. All right, go on. Knock out that targeting computer. There we go. It's got one hit left. Um, and let's see. Take. We gotta get up front. That's gonna be the biggest pain in the ass. All right. Or maybe it's time to start risking hazards and just try to get off the board. Let's go. Yeah, let's just go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Deal with that. Deal with that one later. All right. Big rig. Just 2 forward. Okay. No to shoot with missiles. All right. All right. Last 2 motorcycles. Yeah, this is a good place for the rig to be because getting to that mud's going to be difficult. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stuck. Nothing to shoot at there. They're 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stayed on the roll the whole time, so 2 bonus. So 1, 2, and then someone's got to go. It's fine. All right. Well, we're almost to the next section. It already looks like it's gonna hit the end soon. Right. The big rig is gonna have to pull some major repairs. All this. All right. New round. Throw die bonus. There are no 3s on that on the big rig. Okay. This is gonna come down to, you know what? Any airstrike. Wait. Big rig first. Big rig first. 1 on hydraulic steering. All right. No repairs happening. It's gonna hurt. So 2, 1. All right. Oil slick for the big rig models. And it moved or stops. If not, it takes minor damage. So by pushing forward into the hazard, the big rig does itself in, thereby giving the final 5 their victory. Yeah. All right. So what have we learned? One big ass rig is not a good match for 5 little motorcycles. But for what it's worth, the big rig was getting some good distance. I don't think any of the motorcycles really got ahead of it, which is kind of interesting. I think that maybe early on it happened, but I don't remember. But yeah, there's other expansions I want to find for this one and expand the experience. But I really like the whole big ass rig of doom. I keep wanting to call it the Juggernaut from friggin' Death Race. But also this little pack of 5 guys, just a lot of flexibility to work with. But also they're easy to shut down if they actually do get hit. So yeah, small target, there's the 1, and then there's the any result. So 2 out of 6 chance on a die to actually hit a motorcycle is rough. So I try to do the targeting computer. This guy really wants the big stuff to die. Yeah, yeah. If you're not careful, you'll end up just taking out your own big rig though. Not pulling 3s after a certain point is rough as well. Like there's 1 out of 4. There's 1 out of 4. Hey, there's 3 out of 4. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, if you get to a certain point and you just can't repair the damage, you're kind of screwed. I think the mistake I made was like getting into a different lane. Just to the extent that you can just power forward with no hazards in your way, that's probably your best bet with the big rig. All right. that was Showdown. I have other games lined up for Showdown as well. Battle Line and Twilight Struggle. So stay tuned for those episodes. All right, it's been Pillar Nexus, Ninja Gladiator. See you next time.